Hello YouTubers, this is a video about an old vise I found at a yard sale. I got it for 10 bucks. It's an antique. The patent date on it is August the 23rd, 1900. I'm going to take this vise apart and clean it up, and we'll see if we can get it going and see what kind of a deal I made. So stick around. Well, this is that vise that I was talking about. It's very unique. It has like a little rack here, and when you close the lever up here, the rack comes up and then engages the jaw and clamps whatever you need in place. And then you release it by raising the jaw. You say you had a piece of wood you wanted to clamp in there, you just slide the jaw up, and when you press it down, it clamps the wood tight. It's an old worker's vise from way back in the old days. The name on it is a Sheldon, and it has a patent date of August the 28th, 1900. So I'm going to take this thing apart and clean it up some, see if we can get this old vise dog here out of here and get it working. It's been well pounded over by many years of use. Maybe it doesn't even come out, I'm not sure. But I'm going to get some tools and take this thing apart. Well, it looks like the only thing holding this together is this tapered pin here. Let's see if we can get it out here. She's coming here. This way there. Right there. Let me get a little bit smaller punch. See if this will work any better here. Okay, here's the tapered pin. I'll tell you what, this piece ought to come off of here. I think it's a little bit. We have to. Maybe I'd have to revert to a little bit of heat, but it's coming off. Just 100 and some years of dirt and rust holding on there. There we go. Here's the little cam action thing here. This handle comes off. Off. That's off. This comes out. Pretty interesting the way that thing's made. Looks like originally it was painted black. Well, we're gonna Just can't see how that thing comes out of there, if it ever would. There's no way to get down in there to that. Well, we'll think about it. Anyway, I'm going to get this thing cleaned up, and we'll get this paint off of here, and get some of this rust and grease off of here, and see what we have. Well, looks like that stuff's cleaned up real good with just the wire wheel. Got all these parts all cleaned already. Wasn't much to it. Need to see if I can get this screw out here. I want to get the other half of this jaw here, so I got my handy dandy impact screwdriver. See if I can get this 100-year-old screw out without destroying it. Oh yeah, come right out. You never use one of these impact screwdrivers. You've probably never worked on motorcycles or ATVs. Sometimes you need them because the guys that put those screws in, I think they double as sumo wrestlers on their days off. I see here they've got like a little cardboard shim in there to adjust the height of this device here. So we want to save that little shim. We may want to adjust this down a little bit lower when we put it back together because it's got some wear, and that'll compensate for the wear so that the teeth will bite in. I'm going to clean up these other two parts. I'll be back with you in just a minute. I was kind of curious about what kind of a thread they would use back in 1900, but apparently this is a modern thread. It's 5/16 by 18, which is a fine thread 5/16 bolt. So that kind of surprised me because I didn't really know what to expect. So that's quite interesting. And you can see how these how this thing when it engages this thing, it raises up on these little cams and locks in with these threads like this, and then it pulls it tight. Pretty ingenious little device. Thought it might be interesting to see just how big this shim is here. Looks like 70 thousandths. We've got 70 thousandths shim here. That's must be 235s, I'm guessing. Yep, 235 shims. Okie dokie.